There are stories that enter the world like a spark, small, quiet, almost unnoticed, yet somehow grow into a blazing light that cannot be ignored. The rise of Sammy, one of Instagram's most captivating fashion influencers, is exactly that kind of story. A journey shaped by courage, resilience, quiet confidence, and the bold decision to embrace who she truly is. Her journey is a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary paths are carved by ordinary beginnings. And as you dive into her story, make sure you subscribe to Sweet Model's World, where powerful stories like Sammy's come to life every day. Sammy's world did not begin with flashing lights or glamorous photo shoots. It started in a small, familiar environment where creativity thrived but opportunities were scarce. As a child, she was drawn to color, texture, fabric, and the way clothing could transform a person's presence. While others saw fashion as a simple accessory to daily life, she saw it as a language, one spoken without words, one understood by anyone who dared to pay attention. She learned early that style could express emotions, identity, dreams, and unapologetic individuality. But knowing that she loved fashion and believing she deserved a space in that world were two very different things. Growing up, Sammy was not the loudest voice in the room. She was introspective, quietly observant, and always taking mental notes. She studied people the way an artist studies landscapes, searching for the beauty in details others overlooked. What set her apart was not boldness, but authenticity. That would later become her greatest strength in a digital world obsessed with perfection. Her discovery of Instagram came at a time when she felt torn between building a conventional life and chasing a dream that seemed distant. Social media was still evolving, influencers were still an emerging concept, and content creation was more of a risky passion than a stable career. Yet something inside Sammy urged her to try. She started by posting simple photos, outfits she assembled from thrift stores, secondhand pieces, and low-budget finds she transformed into high-fashion looks with nothing but creativity and intuition. Those early posts did not receive massive attention. There were no viral moments, no overnight fame, no sudden influx of followers. But what Sammy had was consistency. She believed that if her passion was strong enough, she could build something meaningful piece by piece. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and slowly, quietly, something extraordinary began to happen. People started to notice the way she styled her outfits. Clean lines, unconventional layering, bold choices softened with elegance. She developed an aesthetic that was uniquely hers, minimal yet expressive, simple yet unforgettable, bold but tasteful. Someone shared her photo. Someone else reshared it. Then more. Soon, her follower count began to climb, not because of algorithms, but because of the purity of her content. Sammy refused to imitate trends blindly. Instead, she developed her own. She created looks inspired by everyday life. Morning sunlight on her window, the shape of a building, a painting she saw in a gallery, or the color palette of a rainy day. Fashion was never a mask to hide behind. For her, it was an honest translation of how she experienced the world. Her audience connected deeply with that sincerity. They didn't just see her as a model, they saw her as a storyteller using fashion as her storytelling tool. Behind the scenes, however, the climb was not effortless. There were moments of doubt, moments when she questioned whether she was worthy of the attention she was receiving. There were times when criticism stung, when comparisons threatened to overshadow her confidence, when the pressure to maintain a perfect online presence felt overwhelming. But Sammy understood that every dream comes with its tests. Instead of allowing negativity to crush her, she used it as motivation. She reminded herself that growth rarely comes from comfort. It comes from persistence in the face of struggle. As her following expanded, brands began reaching out to collaborate. At first, they were small businesses, local designers, boutique stores, startup fashion lines, but Sammy treated every project with respect and professionalism. She took her time choosing pieces that aligned with her style and values. She refused to promote anything she didn't believe in. Her honesty earned her trust, and trust built her credibility. Soon, international brands began to notice. Fashion houses, lifestyle companies, beauty labels, they all wanted to work with a girl whose elegance felt natural, whose presence on camera radiated authenticity, and whose content resonated with thousands. Sammy's transformation from a self-doubting young woman into a global fashion personality didn't come from luck. It came from discipline. She planned her shoots carefully, selected locations with intention, and sometimes spent hours refining a single concept. Her photos weren't just outfits, they were experiences. Whether she posed in natural light beside an open window, walked confidently down busy streets, or stood against minimalistic backgrounds, she always ensured her audience felt something. Her storytelling ability elevated her visual content into emotional expression. What made Sammy even more inspiring was her humility. Despite her achievements, she never distanced herself from the people who supported her journey. She shared pieces of her life, not to portray perfection, but to show relatability. She spoke openly about creative blocks, emotional vulnerability, the pressure to evolve, and the importance of prioritizing mental wellness in the digital age. She reminded her audience that even influencers have insecurities, even successful people have bad days, and even dreamers have moments of fear. Her honesty created a safe space for her community, turning followers into a family that grew with her. Her influence eventually expanded beyond fashion. Sammy became an advocate for body positivity, self-acceptance, and personal growth. She encouraged her followers to embrace their natural features, to step into their unique style, to believe that beauty is not defined by size, shape, or trend. She wanted people to see fashion not as a standard to meet, but as a tool to express individuality. Her message began inspiring young creators who had once felt unseen, unheard, or uncertain about their place in the world. As opportunities continued to flow, Sammy faced a new challenge, staying grounded while navigating a fast-paced industry that often demands constant reinvention. But Sammy approached her evolution the same way she approached everything else, with intention and balance. She continued learning new skills, experimenting with different aesthetics, and collaborating with diverse creatives. She embraced change not as a threat to her identity, but as a doorway to new possibilities. The more she grew, the more her work took on a cinematic quality. Each photo felt like a still from a movie, each outfit a scene from a story yet to be told. People didn't just follow her for fashion, they followed her for the feeling her content evoked. She became a symbol of modern elegance, quiet power, and the kind of beauty that comes from self-discovery rather than external validation. Today, Sammy stands among the bright names in the world of Instagram fashion influencers, an icon shaped not by shortcuts but by commitment, creativity, and courage. Her presence continues to inspire thousands globally. She represents a new generation of modeling, authentic, expressive, inclusive, and endlessly driven. And her story is far from over. She continues to push boundaries, dream bigger, and challenge herself to evolve. Sammy's journey reminds us that greatness often begins where courage meets passion. It reminds us that the world rewards those who dare to show up as themselves. It reminds us that the road to success is rarely linear, but always worth traveling. Her life is proof that when you follow your passion with relentless dedication, your voice will find its place, your vision will be seen, and your story will touch others in ways you may never fully realize. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to Sweet Model's World for more inspiring stories like this. Stories of women who redefine beauty, confidence, and influence every single day. Sammy's journey is a testament to what becomes possible when you believe in your own light and let it shine without apology. Her story continues, and the world is still watching.